Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. Today I am doing my monthly makeup roundup of all the makeup that I tried in November to let you know what I thought about it and let you know if it's worth your time or not, or if you just wanted a second opinion on something. And yeah, some stuff is new to the market, some stuff is not, some stuff is indie brand makeup, some stuff is mainstream makeup, some stuff is drugstore makeup. Let's just go ahead and get into it. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I know it is not one of my more popular videos, but I really appreciate you clicking on this video and choosing to spend some time with me. So thank you very much. I greatly appreciate you. So let's start off with something I bought during the Sephora sale. It is the Cali Ray So Blown Clean Blurring Primer with Collagen Peptides. This is what it looks like right here. It is a silicone primer, so it really fills in the pores and it really works. I love this primer so much. Is it better than like it's better than the No Problem primer that I have from Touch in Sol, but is it better than like the Benefit No Problem primer? What is that called? What I have is the No Problem primer. What is the Benefit one called? The Professional. Is it better than that one? I don't know. I haven't tried the Professional in a long time, but this one will definitely fill in, make your pores all nice and smooth, and it is a little pricey, but if you get it on sale, like I did at the Sephora sale or something like that, or if Cali Ray is having a sale, I would definitely pick it up. Let's move on to foundations. I tried 3 of them. One kind of on the high end, but definitely worth it, and 2 drugstore ones. The one I am wearing today is the House Labs, the Triclone Foundation. Absolutely, totally worth it. If you can get this on a sale or something like that, I would definitely recommend this. It is like a medium coverage, especially with that Cali Ray primer. It is smoothing on your face. It almost feels very skin-like. I think it is made for drier skin types, definitely, and very skin-like. Did I say that already? And lasts throughout the day, definitely. Does not sink into my fine lines. And definitely, okay, I'm gonna move on. And then I tried the Moira Complete Wear Foundation. I made a big Moira order this last month, or at the end of last month, and tried a bunch of their stuff. And this is more of a full coverage foundation. All the foundations I tried were wonderful. I loved all the foundations that I tried. This was in like a medium neutral, which didn't turn yellow on me, which I was very satisfied with. This one is in 100 light ivory, and it is it might be a little bit too yellow for me, but it's still a pretty good match. But if I want like a full coverage on myself, I will go to this one. I've already used a good amount of it. I really like this one, but yeah, full coverage days. Another pretty good coverage one is this e.l.f. Camo CC Cream. Now, this has been around for a long time, so probably a lot of y'all have tried this. I got the Fair 120, which is very light on me, but I like it because it doesn't turn me orange at all, except when I put on my bronzer and blush and stuff like that. Just like this House Labs one, it matches me a lot better. So this one is definitely fuller coverage, and all of these have a great wear time on them. Don't sink into my fine lines, and just I need something that's gonna last me all day, because yes, I do wear my makeup all day long, and I know some of y'all do too, so it's important. So okay, let's move on to powder. This Moira powder is sold out a lot, and this is in the shade 100. This, and I know why it's sold out a lot, because this is definitely a good what do you call it, like a finishing powder or something like that. It just smooths over your skin, so makes it just look flawless. I mean, I know I'm dry skin, but I like to put on powder because I like the way, I've done it. That's the way I've done it my whole life. And I like to use a powder that's not too mattifying. And this one is kind of mattifying, and sometimes it can make you look a little cakey. All I would do is some setting spray on my skin. So if you used these two together, it can look a little cakey, I would say. If you used like these two together, it wouldn't be as cakey. But just spray some setting spray on it and it looks beautiful. And it will give you back your dewiness on your face. Okay, I'm trying to talk fast here. I've got a lot of stuff to go over. Okay, I got this, I think, in an ice cream beauty bag. This is the So Susan Blush and Glow. It is a glowy blush. I am wearing it today. It is very understated blush, but it is a very nice blush, and nothing bad to say about it at all. It's just a really nice kind of peachy pink color right there. Good for a lot of skin types, and it's kind of got a little iridescent glow to it, so it gives your cheeks a nice glow as well. And I'll talk about a couple of products, and then I'll tell you about probably one of my favorite products of the year. First of all, I got this in, it was the takeover box from, you know what I'm talking, Boxy Charm. It is the Lights Camera Lashes Tarte Mascara. I'm wearing it today. It is a very good mascara. Probably not worth the price, which is somewhere between $20 and $25 to pay for it. There are lots of drugstore, like the Essence Princess Falsies mascara, that do just as good of a job. But, you know, if you were given this, or if there was a $10 sale on mascaras at Ulta, I would say definitely pick this up. It is good. It is lengthening. It is volumizing. The only thing I don't like is I have to put on a couple of coats, and usually this is just a me thing. When I have to put on a couple of coats of mascara, my lashes can tend to get a little clumpy. So that is probably just a me thing, but I just take one of my little brusher tools and separate my lashes. So another thing from Moira that I really enjoyed is their Luminizer lip gloss, and this is in the color Beloved. This is like my dream color, and I'm wearing it today. And this is just the perfect overall color for me. I've made another Moira order for their Black Friday sale, so I have more stuff coming in. So yeah, I love that. Okay, a couple other things. This NARS blush that I got in the Macy's beauty box. It is a nice pink color. It is a cream blush. You just put it on and then blend it in. I noticed that I had to use a lot of it to get it to show up, and that's all I really have to say about that. Otherwise, it was really nice. And I noticed I could put it over powder as well, and it didn't pick up the products underneath or anything like that. So I enjoyed it. I just noticed that I had to put a lot on. I really like the color a lot. I rarely meet a blush that I don't like. So yeah, I love blushes. So another thing I got in that Tarte box was this liner, which is the Tarte Double Take Awake. On one side it is a felt tip black liner, and on the other side it is a highlighter that you can put in your waterline right there. I really like this. I didn't think I would like a brush tip liner, but I have used it quite a bit, and it's really precise. It makes the thinnest little line, which I really appreciate. And I love being able to put something in my waterline because I haven't been using my eyeliners lately. So I like being able to put this in my waterline, and it makes my eyes look a little bigger and more awake. Okay, my favorite item from this month and probably this year is actually a bronzer, and it is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour fresh wear bronzer. Mine is in the color light. I think that's what it was. And this is, I thought it was a cream to powder, but it just feels like a powder blush. Bronzer. And it just looks beautiful on my skin. And I love the color. This color in particular. It's not too red, it's not too orange or anything like that, and it blends in perfectly. I highly recommend this if you need a drugstore bronzer. It is a little more expensive than some of the other bronzers, but I think it's highly worth the price. Okay, one more thing before I get on to eyeshadow palettes is I have a blush palette from Moira. It is the Ooh La La Blooming Series palette. It has a mirror in it, and it comes with these blush shades and this highlighter, which is a very nice highlighter. All these blushes. This looks brown, but it's actually a rosy color. And this is also a kind of a light rosy color as well. So these are beautiful blushes. This feels like silk. It is just a beautiful. See that color right there? That's this right here. So a very light rose color. Okay. Definitely, if you're on the Moira site, definitely recommend that. Okay, now I'm getting onto palettes, finally. And I've got a lot of palettes to talk about. Okay, this is a palette, I don't know if you say Okalon or Okalon. I got this a little while back, and several months ago, and I'm just now getting to trying it out. It is the Color Parade 2. I don't know if you shop at Okalon or Okalon. I just say Okalon. But this palette is so nice and so versatile. I made a fall palette look, a fall look with it, but you can also make a springtime look with it. But it was so blendable, it's so nice. So the shimmers were very nice to work with. When I first saw this palette, when I first got it, I was like, I don't know if I can work with this palette. But I brought it out one day and I thought, You know what? I really need to try this palette out. And I was so very, very pleasantly surprised with it. From the drugstore, I got this LA Girl Keep It Playful palette. It is in the Color Story Playmate. Very, very impressed with this palette. I'd never tried anything from LA Girl before. I love this Color Story, and it has several different textures in it too. You've got these 4 mattes, but you've got a shimmer, you've got a topper, you've got a satin color there, and just, they're not all shimmers. They're definitely different textures for you to play with. So it makes it a very versatile palette. So I was very impressed for a drugstore brand to come out with a palette like that. Okay, what I got in my Slay Beauty box last month in October was this Rasha B Cosmetics Bonfire Eyeshadow Palette with a mirror. It looks like this. I use this to make a Halloween look. It's got a duochrome here. It's got some shimmers. These 2 colors are actually satin colors, and it's got some shimmers. It's got this beautiful purple here, this neon green, or yeah, it's a neon green color here, and this is a very deep forest green right here. A very interesting color story, to say the least. But I made a really cool look with it. The only thing I would say, I know this is a very new company, but the only feedback I would give on this is that they need to work on their mattes a little better, and because they didn't blend that well together. But other than that, I found it to be a very pleasant palette. And yeah, I love having to think, you know, what can I make, what can I do with these colors? Sometimes I can make stuff with it, and I was able to with this. Sometimes, like with palettes that I declutter, like that Melt palette, I'm like, I can't do anything with this palette, and I just give up on it. But that one was real fun to play with. The next thing I bought at the Sephora sale, and it was these Tarte Gilded and Glamour palettes. This is the Glamour palette. This is the Gilded palette. This is the Glamour palette. Okay. Well, I thought this one would be more fun to play with because it has blues and greens in it. Did I say these were from Tarte? These are from Tarte. Okay. Actually, I like this palette a lot better. I like the rosy tones, the golds, everything like that in it. Works perfectly, blends well, beautiful color story. Everything works great in this palette. You buy the palettes as a pair. Okay, I think these are their holiday palettes. This palette, these blues and greens, when you try to blend them out, turn gray. And this blue shimmer and the green shimmer are not that great, and they don't stick around on your eyes all day long. Now they do have some other colors here that are nice, some purples. I haven't really tried those out yet, but this palette needed some work on it. So I probably won't reach for this one as much, but especially not to use those greens and blues. But yeah, I thought it was definitely worth this palette. This palette, not so much. I wish I could have just bought one palette, but you know, you get the pair. Next up, I have from Trend Beauty the Glam Babe palette. This, I'm sorry about that noise if you hear it. That's a sensor for when our mailman comes. This is a palette that I got from Ipsy. And yeah, these are the colors. It is a very beautiful color story. And the only thing I'll say about this is it has more shimmers than mattes. And most all of the mattes are neutrals, which can be a good thing, it can be a bad thing. the looks that I came up with this were mainly very dark, sultry looks. Looks that I would do for nighttime looks. So, yeah, that's what I would say about this one. It was very good, nice and blendable. I never tried anything from Trend Beauty before, so I'm glad to have that one. Now, this Sangria palette I got in, what, Slay Beauty Block. Slay Beauty box, and it's right up my alley. If I don't look at that, I do play with glitter sometimes, but only on very special occasions. It's got purples, it's got pinks. Did a look with this, I think I did it in Trying New Makeup. Beautiful, beautiful palette. I'm so glad I have it. I have a million palettes like it though, but I don't mind throwing another one in the mix just like it. What can I say? It's a pink and purple palette, so I like it, and it is definitely worth it. So blends well, looks well together, shades work well together, and yeah. Okay, another thing I bought from Moira Cosmetics was this Celestial Love palette. I'm keeping this box because it is just so cute. And this is what it looks like. And when you open it up, this is what it looks like. Another pinky, purple, brownish color story. These are a little more understated. The shimmers a little understated. They're not bam in your face metallics, but this is a nice everyday kind of palette. So I have been really enjoying it. They have like 3 other palettes in this series, and Moira is very it is a drugstore brand. It's a little bit on the higher end drugstore brand, but I had a whole video talking about Moira, and yeah, so check it out. And I really like the brand so much so I bought a whole bunch of other stuff from them. Now, I hate to end on a negative note. I should have talked about this last, but I am still kind of hopeful for this brand because I am getting another palette from them, and I am looking forward to it a lot. This is the Michaela Pot 2 Glam Light 10 color palette. I didn't get the full-size Michaela palette, but I got this one, and this is what I'm wearing on my eyes today. I tried doing a halo look. I'm not that great at doing halo looks, but I am practicing so I can get better at it because I want to get better at it. I want to start doing that, doing different kinds of eye looks instead of doing the same thing all the time. This, when I swatched it, swatched so beautifully. And I will say the shimmers are excellent shimmers. I love the shimmers. The only thing I wish is that they had some lighter colors. Now, I know this is a woman of color owned brand, and maybe she is making this for people with darker skin types. I understand that, and that's great. I love that. But for me, I would love to see lighter colors, so it would have a little bit more dimension in it. So that is my only thing about it, and it's not for me. It's not for me, so that's fine. But the other problem I have with it is these greens. When I go to blend them out, they turn very muddy on me. So this is my second eye look. I tried it the first time and I was blending it out and it just turned into a muddy mess. Now, the first time I tried this palette, my look was pretty nice. And so this time, and this look is a lot better than my first look. Definitely a lot better than my first look that I did today. Definitely. So I am not giving up on Glam Light. Definitely not. So that is where I will leave that. I'm looking forward to getting my Scooby-Doo palette from them. And that is everything that I have for you today. Let me know down below if you have any of these products and what you think of them. And yeah, anything you want to let me know. Let me know down in the comments. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. It really helps push me out into the algorithm. Lets other people like you know about me. That would really help me out. So hi, if you are new here, my name is Jennifer. I love doing all things makeup related. I do subscription box unboxings. I do cooking videos. I talk about mental health issues. If you're into any of that or all of it, I would love it if you would hit subscribe, hit that notification bell, set it to all so that you're notified every time that I upload a new video. So I hope you're having a fantastic, wonderful day today. If you are not, I hope something comes along and sparks your day so that you can have that kind of a day today. If you're having an especially hard time today, know that I am thinking about you and sending you out all those good vibes. Just remember to stay strong, stay healthy, and stay safe out there. And I will see you in another video tomorrow. I promise this time. Okay, just stay well until then. Goodbye.